Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Bacchanal in the Caribbean, Bacchanal in Trinidad, Bacchanal in Venezuela, Bacchanal because I worship dock in Trinidad and Tobago. Imagine that, viewers. So it's Bacchanal right, wrong, in and out of Trinidad. Bacchanal surrounding us. But nevertheless, Trinidad and Tobago. Before we start off tonight's program, there's a picture of Kate Rowley, Fitzgerald Hines, and an admiral. If my director could put up that picture. Action. Trinidad and Tobago is Bacchanal, Bacchanal, Bacchanal. Imagine that. But I want to let you understand something. This Bacchanal started off under the PNM administration. There's also a video where Kate Rowley said that the documents they're signing, the U.S. can place troops in Trinidad and Tobago at any point in time. You hear the video? Now, Trinidad and Tobago, before we go to the video, I want to let you understand something. Everybody who is bashing the U.S. for being in the Caribbean, they're bashing the U.S. for being in Trinidad and Tobago. This document was signed, I believe it was late last year or earlier this year, by Dr. Keith Rowley, by our former Minister of National Security, also Fitzgerald Hines. So this started in the PNM administration. But one thing we are not hearing is all the people on social media, who collecting money and thing. You know what I mean? All of them on social media, they ain't talking what's supposed to be talked. We have a lot of mainstream media not coming out and reminding Trinidad and Tobago that what took place under the PNM administration. And the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, we are all opening our mouths and beating up our tongue without understanding what really taking place. So I decided, you see, tonight we're going to fix that. We need the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to understand. Now, play the video with Dr. Keith Rowley.
To tell the world that we have entered into an arrangement, to tell Venezuela that we have entered into an arrangement, to tell Guyana and to tell CARICOM that this picture is representative of an action that we've taken with the head of Southcom, Admiral Halsey, and it's about us creating an environment where the United States can place troops in Trinidad and Tobago to respond to instability in Venezuela. Whoever did this is not acting in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And let me tell you why. I am so disturbed about this.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, now this boat is in Trinidad and Tobago, in Trinidad docked. There are warships all over the Caribbean. Some dock in Trinidad, some close to Venezuela, some on the outskirts of Trinidad and Tobago. But I want to let you understand, did Keith Rowley, did Keith Christopher Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines send this message to Maduro when they were dealing with Maduro. Look at this. We in Trinidad barking up a tree, but we don't understand that this whole thing started off with Dr. Keith Rowley. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this, You saw the signing. You saw the ship in Trinidad. Does Maduro know this? Does Delcy Rodriguez know this? Does the citizens of Venezuela know this? So nice and easy, I decided, you know what, we're going to fix it tonight. But apparently, we don't know what is really taking place. Now, listen closely. Donald Trump told the world that he is going to send, I want to let you follow the story properly, because I bring it to all in details. Before Donald Trump come in, you saw the signing. Did Christopher Keith and Rasta Head, did he told Maduro this? I don't think so. Did Fitzgerald Hines told Delcy Rodriguez this? I don't think so. Now, we're going up. Donald Trump decided now, you know what? We have too much guns from the Caribbean, from the Mexican borders, from the Venezuelan borders, using passageway in the Caribbean to enter illegal narcotics and firearm into the U.S. Good. Donald Trump decided to send carriers, Marines, submarine down to the Caribbean to kill the drug trade, to stop gun runners, boat runners, prostitution runners, cocaine runners from entering the United States. Good? Nice. So we understand now where it started. Good? This is where we are today. This is where we are today. Now, Stuart Young and Keith Rowley were dealing with Maduro for a dragon gas deal. Maduro knows his country is sanctioned by the United States. Delcy Rodriguez knew. The defense minister knows about it. In Trinidad, we want to play foolish. We didn't know about the sanction. Stuart Young didn't tell earlier. Fitzgerald Hines didn't tell earlier. Dr. Keith Rowley didn't inform earlier. Dan Paul didn't inform earlier. Clongenberg did not inform earlier. Marvelous Marvin did not inform the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that my government, which is Marvelous Marvin, Keith Rowley, Stuart Young, Clongenberg, none of them told you all that we are doing business with a sanctioned country. Good? Going up the ladder now. Biden administration signed the OFAC license with Keith Rowley. So they started negotiation. What did we benefit thus far? After Stuart Young or Dr. Keith Rowley's government took millions of US of dollars belonging to Trinidad and Tobago and carried down to Venezuela. I thought we couldn't pay Venezuela with money. Donald Trump administration came into power. License revoked. UNC win. UNC went up to Donald Trump, got an OFAC license. Not much details that are shared into the public domain. Boom, decided to talk to Venezuela. At the same time, Donald Trump decided to send gunships in the Caribbean. So let me backtrack a little bit. Kid Rowley signed a document where the US military could come to Trinidad any point in time. So why are we the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago backing up now? Why is it that Maduro now and Delcy Rodriguez and their defense ministers now backing up all of a sudden? Keep in mind, Dr. Rowley signed the agreement. Fitzgerald Hines signed the agreement. Did Nicolas Maduro knows that? So now Delcy decides to cut the gas talk. Maduro decided to cut the gas talk. Kamala told him, you know what? We don't need oil here. So everybody started to use, all the Caribbean countries now, started to use this word, the peace zone. What is the peace zone? I want to ask CARICOM leaders, what is the peace zone? Can any one of them explain to the world what is the peace zone? So we have gun smugglers, drug smugglers, cocaine smugglers, human traffickers, using the Caribbean to do their deliveries. But CARICOM call it now the zone of peace. How the hell that could be a zone of peace when drugs are being transported, guns are being transported, marijuana are being transported, cocaine being transported, human trafficking taking place on the sea? But CARICOM leaders call that a zone of peace. The same guns, cocaine, and prostitution entering Caribbean countries. We ain't hear no ministers complaining. So what I want to ask tonight now, the CARICOM countries, is the individuals, the citizens in these countries complaining about guns, drugs, cocaine, and prostitution? And what is the ministers of national security doing in their countries to fix the problem? What are they doing? They call it the zone of peace. But the zone of peace, boatmen are using it, cartels are using it to do trade in countries with marijuana and cocaine and guns and prostitution. This is the same zone of peace. All the CARICOM leaders are calling it the zone of peace or the peace zone. Where is the peace in that? Where is the peace in that? So now, latest news now is that Trinidad is using the U.S. Army to attack Venezuela. Really? When Kamala was in power, 2010 to 2015, did she attack Venezuela? What does Venezuela have that the UNC government have to attack them? If we have a license to deal gas with Venezuela, why should we attack them? Common sense. You see, the mainstream media in Trinidad and Tobago, are they giving you the correct information? Is the social media bloggers and them, are they sharing the correct information with you? You see, the Venezuelan government is sanctioned by the United States. Donald Trump found it fit to send warships in the Caribbean to stop the cartels from illegal narcotics, guns, prostitution, not to enter the United States. Did any one of the CARICOM leaders support that? Did any one of the CARICOM leaders come out and said, you know what? We are happy that the US here, guns, marijuana, cocaine, and prostitution would not enter their country. Did any one of them side with that? Where did all this start off? When Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines signed that document, and Rowley said for himself, the US can drop troops in Trinidad anytime. So now Trinidad and Tobago, a warship is on the docks. It docked in Trinidad. Venezuela ministers now is saying Trinidad government is using the war or the soldiers to attack Venezuela. Is the mainstream media feeding you the correct information? Is the bloggers and social media feeding you the correct information? So I decided, you know what? Being a man in the media, being a man with a live program on Synergy TV that is streamed worldwide, I want to ask CARICOM leaders, I want to ask the ministers of national security in those CARICOM countries, what are they doing to stop the illegal gun trade, to stop human trafficking, to stop cocaine from coming into their countries by the cartels? What are they doing? So presently the world is focused on Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela. But we in this country, because of the fact that we like to yap with mouth, we want to hear everything but the truth. Ask Fitzgerald Hines what he did for Trinidad and Tobago to bring down the level of crime, prostitution, cocaine, guns, marijuana. What did he do? Our police couldn't fix it. Our Coast Guard couldn't fix it. Our Defense Force couldn't fix it. But CARICOM, all the leaders, they're so big until they couldn't even fix the drug problem in their country. But they want to label Trinidad and Tobago. Venezuelan government, who collected millions of US dollars from Stuart Young, from Dr. Keith Rowley, from the PNM administration. Did Marvelous Marvin tell you that? Did Cluggenberg tell you that? Ask all yourself that. Now, after collecting millions of US dollars from Trinidad, now they are saying this present government is using now the US to want to attack their country. That very same government in Venezuela now. And who started it? The same individual they were collecting the money from. Or the same administration, they were collecting millions of US currency from Trinidad. Now they're labeling us. It's saddened. It's really, really sad to know that same government was collecting millions of US from Trinidad and Tobago under the PNM administration. The PNM administration signed the document, but you know who gets blamed for it? The UNC government is getting blamed for it. Does the PNM people knows that? Does the PNM ministers on the opposition side, are they informing you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, with the correct thing? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. So one more time, I'm going to show you it step by step. Public picture director. That is the picture. Who is signing the document? Stuart Young and the admiral next to, I'm calling Stuart Young now, Fitzgerald Hines signing the document. You see the admiral signing the document. If we had the video, you would have seen it, where all of them signed it. Now listen to what Keith Christopher Rowley said in a post. Listen to this video.
To tell the world that we have entered into an arrangement. To tell Venezuela that we have entered into an arrangement. To tell Guyana and to tell CARICOM that this picture is representative of an action that we've taken with the head of Southcom, Admiral Halsey, and it's about us creating an environment where the United States can place troops in Trinidad and Tobago to respond to instability in Venezuela. Whoever did this?
Did Keith Rowley told Maduro that? Did Stuart Young told Maduro that? That happened before they lost the election. So when you hear we in Trinidad want to back up a tree, get your facts first before you back up a tree. Is the mainstream media reminding you of this? Or is the mainstream media blaming the UNC government? Because I have been looking at the press printed daily. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It stinks. All these social media bloggers, all the girls fact straight now, man. Imagine, one of them get $3 million. $3 million. It's sad, you know. I'm in the wrong walk. I should have been a blogger on Facebook. Did they tell you all that? No. But everybody against the UNC government. Dr. Keith Rowley's administration signed off on the documents. Again, I am asking, did his colleague or friend in Venezuela knew that? There is no war. You know what there is? There is words of war. Venezuela is a sanctioned country. Donald Trump sending troops to the Caribbean is to stop the cartel from using a daily route. Because no CARICOM leaders seem to fix the drug problem in the Caribbean. The CARICOM leaders cannot fix the drug problem in their countries. I am sick and tired of false information being spread in the public domain. And how it is being spread? By people in power and authority, misleading the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what they are doing. And the people of them who are supposed to tell the truth, where are they today? The mainstream media who are supposed to be spreading the correct truth, where are they today? Is there a war in the Caribbean? Or is it the United States is trying to fix a drug problem where cartels are using the Caribbean and international water to do their work. Where's the CARICOM leader? Where's the zone of peace, they call it? The zone of peace was a roadway for the cartel to use. Could they fix it? Ask the CARICOM countries and them, which one of them fixing the drug problem in their country? So Kamala said no. If we have to go outside CARICOM to do business, we are prepared to do it. You know, it's sad, you know. It's sad millions of dollars are being spent in this country, but yet we cannot hear the truth. Did Saieed Ali at any point in time told you that Trinidad and Tobago could be sanctioned for doing business with a sanctioned country? Did Marvelous Marvin told you at any point in time, did Clungenberg told you at any point in time that because of the fact that we are doing gas deal with a sanctioned country, we as a country could be sanctioned? And we could lose all the investors that came into our country to create production? So all the war talk and the war talk and the war talk, you see tonight the records have been set straight. Because I decided to do it tonight. Because I am fed up of looking at the mainstream media and listening bloggers on social media spreading nonsense after nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. And we as a citizen, we're more foolish than those who spreading the lies. We're more foolish. You know why? Because we fail to understand what is really taking place. Is Venezuela the only country in the world with oil and gas? We are in a sad state with misinformation being spread across Trinidad and Tobago, and nobody seems to correct it. Nobody. The opposition they continue to spread lies. Mainstream media, they're printing what they want. Bloggers and social media, they only causing a bacchanal. But is anybody spreading the truth that you're supposed to know of? It's sad. It's sad. It's sad to know Penny, who have spent all her years in P&M administration, refused to come out and talk the truth now that she's a leader now. It's sad. Stuart Young talked about dealing with a sanctioned country, but leave out the part where Trinidad and Tobago could have been sanctioned. He left out that part. Where is Keith Rowley today? Where is Keith Rowley today? Watching and laughing at the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You know why I'm saying that? Because at one point in time he said the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. We are a foolish people. Is this the first time a marine ship docked in Trinidad? Is this the first time a U.S. warplane touched Trinidad and Tobago? The medical ship that came to Trinidad and Tobago recently, where did it came from? Where did it came from? It's sad, eh? It's sad, eh, Trinidad and Tobago? This is to show the kind of people we are. We rather be crab in a barrel than to be an individual spreading the truth. This is one of the reasons why that people don't like Saieed. This is the reason why that the PNM people don't like Saieed. You know why? They don't want to hear the truth. They were okay with paying property tax. When Klongenberg tell him, you know what? That is your personal house. I will tell you that is a rental house and you will pay me tax. It's sad. It's really sad. But over the last few days, I was like, instead of we get better, we getting worse. With lies and lies and lies and lies just spreading throughout the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. And everybody on that tense that, hey, there's going to be a war, there's going to be a war, there's going to be a war. There is going to be no war. The only person who decided to stop the cartels from moving forward with their work was Donald Trump and not the CARICOM leaders. Caller, good night.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine.
Now, did they inform the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago what they did with the $1 million of aid that was given Venezuela? What was that money for? These millions of US. Did anyone find out what it was for?
They don't want to hear about that.
Well, that's why all of them put their head like a chicken in a hole.
Caller, where are you calling from?
Canada.
Canada.
This is just ridiculous. What I'm listening to every day is just crazy. You know? A bunch of nonsense going on there. And the citizens accept the nonsense. You know? And that's why they're getting it. Anyway, have a good evening.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay, bye-bye.
So you see Trinidad and Tobago, there's a sense of there's going to be a war. There's going to be a war. No, there's not going to be any war. The only person who is going against the cartels is Donald Trump administration, who have decided to send soldiers and war vessels, airplane, helicopters, ships into the international waters to fix a problem that will hamper in their country. Kid Rowley said at one point in time, I am not going to make Trinidad and Tobago a wild, wild west. But little does Kid Rowley know there are more illegal guns on the streets than licensed firearms in the hands of homeowners and business owners. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program. don't let your pressure go up with this, Mr. Said. Keep calm, keep focused. I think the citizens of this country, they don't read. They don't look at a good program, Real Talk. And they need to look at the international news, Al Jazeera, CNN, and all these things.
Correct.
And read, educate themselves. And they will understand there will never be any war between anybody and Venezuela. Just over the weekend there, and if Trinidadians was focused, they would have known that a Russian is a reconnaissance plane fly over Toco, fly into Venezuela, and this I think they should understand that there will be no war, you know, and we have to keep focused. Like wherever you're going in this country, many people are saying, okay, they fire this one, they fire the chief of defense staff. And that's to tell you a simple thing like that, Trinidadians are not focused about. They did not fire him. He was on a similar contract arrangement like Earl Christopher.
Like anybody else.
He's gone already, but they keep giving him 1 year contract. Because of election, you don't do these things change your head of security and so on, so you keep them on. And his contract is coming to an end next month. That's his last month. So they say, hey, we have let us change that, send he on his leave and so on, and put the man who's rightfully supposed to be a young person and so on, and that's what happened. We should keep focus and look at Gavero. There was a terrible home invasion Monday again,
Yes.
and Gavero, not one single thing comes out from this man's mouth has any truth or merit in it. And these are things we have to keep focus on, citizens, if we want to make this country a better place. Mr. Said, you can only do so much which you are doing to educate the people in this country, and like they are listening, they are understanding. So citizens of this country, keep focused and responsible about what is happening in our country. All right? Mr. Sai, great program. You keep up the great work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. So again, we're back with the heads. We're back with the people who getting a salary from tax. We're back with the opposition. We're back with the UNC administration. We're back with the social media. We're back with the mainstream medias. Do you think Kamala Prasad Bisasa is going to cause a war with Venezuela? No. The answer is no. Dulce said, you know what? We cutting the deal. Maduro said, we cutting the deal. Organizations in Venezuela had meeting with Maduro and Rodriguez. And they said, you know what? Let's cut it. So they decided to say, you know what? We're not doing it. But they fail to understand that the individuals they were dealing with signed the documents. So the army from the U.S. could come in Trinidad at any point in time. Now, Dulce Rodriguez, the Venezuelan government, they are afraid now. Why? Because that is a sanctioned country, and Donald Trump, arms of protection have been extended out now to the Caribbean seas, and they are frightened. So my thing is now, why is the Venezuelan government saying that the Trinidad UNC government is using the US military to attack them? Why are they saying that now? You see how the propaganda is being spread? You see how false information is being spread? And it is carried more, fueling the fire more. By who? By opposition, by mainstream media, by social media bloggers. Kamala said enough is enough. They've already decided to cut all the deals, no problem. We will go outside CARICOM. It's sad that we don't understand the truth. It's sad that we would rather sell one lie to make $5 than tell the truth and make $100. So I want to ask Maduro, I want to ask Rodriguez, if you all know that the persons you all were dealing with, Keith Rowley, the former Prime Minister of the PNM government, signed that agreement. Did he tell them that? You see, viewers, when you tell the truth, you have nothing to hide. You will be at more peace. So Trinidad and Tobago could not pay Venezuela in paper money. Good? Are you following me? Good. So how is it now that the PNM administration send millions of US currency to Venezuela? Or let's say something. Where's the social media bloggers and them that spreading the lies? Where is the mainstream medias now? Where are they? Kola, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Sir, you're talking about a real interesting topic there, right? Let me tell you something, right? I've been checking out what's going on with the tensions that are taking place between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela, right? Let me tell you something, right? All the time, the Venezuelan government and the authorities from the Venezuelan government attacking Trinidad, you know. And then they're coming now and telling the Trinidad government, don't provoke them.
Correct.
It's the same thing, it's the same exact thing they were doing to Guyana, you know, when they tried to take back the STVREALTALK region, you know. And then the Guyanese government went to the US government for help. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes.
And they come out outright in the past and say that Trinidad was belonged to Venezuela, you know.
Yes.
So what make you think that after all of this, they don't try to come back and take back Trinidad now? People have to look at the bigger picture here, you know. And let me tell you something, right? When we vote for the UNC on April the 28th, we vote out the PNM. Because
Correct.
the PNM, let me tell you something, the PNM was going behind the OFAC license to go and make the Dragon Gas deal behind closed doors, you know. And that would have lead we down a road to get sanctioned along with Venezuela, you know.
Exactly.
That is how we vote out our government, you know.
Yes.
So what the Prime Minister, what people expect the Prime Minister to do now? She has to pick a side.
Correct.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Either
And
you're with Donald Trump
she
and the
chooses
US
to stand.
or you're with Venezuela. And I want people to understand this. What the hell Venezuela ever give to Trinidad and Tobago besides half of the population? What Venezuela ever bring to Trinidad and Tobago profit-wise? Whatever
Correct.
to benefit Trinidad and Tobago. The US is always do things to benefit us. So why we cannot be ally with the US? And let me tell you something, guys. What people should be doing now is trying to boycott the mainstream media. You see the Guardian, the Express, TV6, CNC3. People need to start boycotting these people and stop buying the papers. Because them pushing the propaganda in the local news and causing people to panic.
Correct.
And panic buy and do all this nonsense. You see the Guardian, people need to understand it's a Cat 5 hurricane in Jamaica. You know what the headline today? Kamla and this whole thing with the Venezuelan government.
True.
Alright, if the woman not welcome here, all you have to understand that quarter of the population we country, you know. All you have to understand these things before they make this kind of statement against we Prime Minister. Any outside I could go on and on, but I don't want to take up too much of your time, brother. You enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. I tell you what, man, now. Today I sit down and I said, now, I said going too far. For the last few days, I had hundreds of calls. Side we going into a war, what to do, what we gonna do, how we gonna get food, what gonna happen, if they invade me, what you think going to take place. Hundreds of calls. And it's sad. It's stinking sad that the opposition not coming out and standing up for the country that they're living in. Penny, a big old woman in the PNM administration. Your roots in Trinidad and Tobago, but you're blaspheming the same damn country you're from. It's stinking sad. It's sad. It's sad that the leaders in this country who's supposed to stand up and defend the country siding with another country and bringing down their own country they live. Imagine we have roads in Trinidad. Let me just stray from the topic a little bit. We have roads in Trinidad and Tobago that taxpayers' money are being spent. And for the last 9 years, ask Rohan Sinanan if he is proud to drive on the same bloody hell road in a country where he and his family lives. Ask him that. Ask the contractors if they are proud to drive on the road that they are born in this country, the children born in this country, the wife family born in this country, and ask them if they are proud to drive on this road to say, yes, boy, we fixed this road. Ask them if they're proud. Ask them. Ask Gasby Dolly if she is proud of the education system in Trinidad and Tobago, a country where she's from. Ask her that. Ask Terence Dial Singh if he is proud about the health sector he managed for 9 long years in this country, where his family could go and die in the hospital. Ask them that if they are proud. They're proud to say we represent Trinidad, but are you doing what you're supposed to do as a minister? Keith Rowley, Fitzgerald Hines signed a document. Today, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, what they want to do? Who they're blaming? We, as a people in this country, are destroying our very own country. And that is what we're doing. Stuart Young talking about dragon gas. Stuart Young knew we're not supposed to pay Venezuelan government with money. Did he come out and tell you that? Did Clogging Board come out and tell you that? Did Marvin who tell you take out the children one time for the month, did he come out and tell you that? No. So they signed the agreement. U.S. troops drop in Trinidad and Tobago. Dulcie Rodriguez saying, oh, the government of this country using U.S. troops to attack them. What they have for we to attack? They cannot manage their own economy. Almost half of their population leave their country and scatter all around the globe. But Dulcie has seen that. The defense minister has seen that. Cabelco, I think they call him, has seen that. Maduro ain't seen that. So how much longer now are we as a citizen going to live in the shadows? How much more longer are we the citizen going to continue listening lies? Is there going to be a war? No. Not from Trinidad. Not from Trinidad. Kamala said, I don't want to stop the deal. Not a problem. We will go outside CARICOM. Who end up like the clown in his set now? What we gain from Venezuela? Millions of US paper money went to Venezuela because of Stuart Young and Keith Rowley. What did we gain from them? What did we gain from them? Ask the mainstream media. Ask the social media bloggers who spreading propaganda and lies. What did Trinidad and Tobago inherit? Ask Stuart Young what we inherit. In good deals, we carried across millions of dollars to the Venezuelan government. In good deals. What deal? The secret deal that you all signed, but the we country hardly even knowing anything that took place? Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago. And I will say it again. Trinidad and Tobago citizens. You all are being flooded in your both ears with lies and streams of lies and storms of lies that you can't even see the truth. I tell you, I get fed up. I get fed up today. I decide, you know what, Saeed, you're going and fix it. Because everybody else ain't intend to fix it. We gain nothing from Venezuela. The only thing we gain is the contraband that coming across. And it can't fix. It can't fix. Kamala stand up now and say, you know what? UNC stand up, you know what? We're not taking no nonsense. Everybody want to kill the UNC government. But when gas went up 4 times on that PNM administration, you know nobody has said nothing. When food went up, nobody has said nothing. Dulce Rodriguez in Venezuela, when the Venezuelans started to flee to neighboring countries, what them do as a country? What they did as a country? Venezuelans came across to Trinidad, settled in Trinidad, work in Trinidad. The money they get, they had to send back food. But today, the Venezuelan government is saying, this government using the US military to attack them. To attack them for what? What really we attacking you all for? I got sick of the nonsense. I got sick of the mainstream media. I got sick of the bloggers and social media. So I decided to take tonight's show and address some concerns that are affecting us as a citizen in this country. Because it's lies, lies, and more lies, storms of lies. The Defense Force personnel in Trinidad and Tobago are benefiting from a training that the U.S. Marine is providing for them. Donald Trump is attacking the cartels that use the Caribbean water and the international water as a roadway to transport illegal cocaine, illegal firearm, illegal marijuana, and human trafficking. All the ships that are there, how come none attack Venezuela as yet? The Venezuelan government, have you all noticed that they are not attacking Donald Trump? Have you noticed that? They are not attacking Donald Trump, but they are attacking Trinidad and Tobago government. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead, yeah.
My friend, I want to congratulate you for tonight's program. You have raised so much concern, and you have highlighted all the issues, including that of the signing of that agreement with Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald. So let the people know how hypocritical that the PNM government, Keith Rowley especially, and all who they want to blame Kamala, and they were signatory to allowing America to come and use Trinidad and Tobago as a port. Right, Saeed?
Thank you, my friend.
No, Saeed?
Yeah.
No, let me just mention something to you. I want to tell you how the hypocrisy of the PNM government. You know, they are attacking Kamala Prasad-Bissessar and the government because of the fact that they're raising tariff on cigarette and alcohol and what have you, and they're talking about revenue and whatnot. The Kamala Prasad-Bissessar said, hey, if we raise the thing, therefore it could enable people to buy less, and it's a matter of health concern, and it could help to, with our health ministry and whatnot. So it's a deterrent. But to come to the thing now, let me just draw your attention, Saeed. The hurricane in Jamaica, you know who they're going to call on to help them? America. America and Jamaicans who live in America will have to send barrels of stuff home for them back there. They're going to call on, and Trinidad and Tobago is one of the biggest suppliers of any assistance to any of the CARICOM countries when any disaster takes place. Understand? So therefore, these people, and because you see all the CARICOM countries, they talk about tourism. Tourism in the sense that, you know what they use? Prostitution as a means of promoting tourism side. That's what they thrive on. And we, Kamala Prasad, how much of them countries in the CARICOM have Venezuelans in them? How much are they countries like we who have hundreds of thousands of Venezuela there, plus our economy. And as you rightfully said, that they're draining our revenue here and sending it back to Venezuela. Keith Rowley and them never look our fishermen now, who's so frightened about it as a payment. But when they were involved in the illegal drug trade and whatnot, when the Venezuelan was killing it, them overboard, taking the boat and running it and calling for ransom and all this kind of thing. And they approached the PNM government then to assist them. They never did anything. But you see, everything now come that Kamala Prasad and Princessa, the UNC government, has to clean up the mess. And she is prepared to do that, even sacrificing 7 times with the CARICOM region. Because all of them is a bunch of hypocrites, and the woman is doing the right thing because the drug trade and what and Saieed before look at Venezuela. Maduro is saying that all the citizens of his country, he is giving all of them weapons to protect Venezuela. You know how much that is? It's millions of arms. The kind of guns they have in Venezuela. That if every citizen could get high-powered rifle, as what you'll be seeing, it just goes to show you what.
Thank you, my friend.
Venezuela was in.
Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. I am involved with a lot of technology. Because of the fact that I have 2 finance companies, software and firewall is a must. So I have to know about it. That's number 1. Number 2, I am also involved in security and intelligence. Let me tell you this. If Donald Trump wanted Maduro, he could have gotten him long time. Long time. So don't be fooled by the whispers all you're hearing. And don't be fooled by the lies and the this and the that and the next you're hearing. Because CIA and FBI, they are all over the world. Intelligence, trust me, they have it. Equipment, trust me, they have it. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, I never bought a minute on my show again tonight. I got fed up of the lies and the propaganda that were being spread in Trinidad. And we the citizens were reaching a place now where you know what is war? It's not no war, it's lies. The Venezuelan government attacking Trinidad government, and who is attacking the drug boats? Who's attacking the drug boats? Why don't the Venezuelan government talk about who attacking the drug boats? So it's that time now, Trinidad and Tobago, where I must say good night. And I hope after tonight, you always start looking for information now and so what is really taking place in our country. So until then, be safe and let the truth ring in your ears. Good night.